Nikon Nikkor Z24 to 120mm f4s review. Nikon Z mirrorless camera system has more than enough standard zoom lenses in its portfolio, consisting of half a dozen options. Superior to the bundled 24 to 70mm f4s in terms of zooming ability, the Nikkor Z24 to 120mm f4s offers clarity that seamlessly coordinates with higher pixel models like the Z7 II and Z9. Its remarkable autofocus response speed, and capacity for macro photography, and rigid build makes the 24 to 120mm lens a must-have for Nikon Z users, meriting it an Editor's Choice Award. The Nikon SLR idea is given fresh life with the introduction of the Z24 to 120mm f4. The zoom has a bit more telephoto reach than the Canon RF24 to 105mm f4 and Sony FA24 to 105mm f4 designed for competing systems. This time around, Nikon has managed to keep it at a convenient size of 4.6 by 3.3 inches and approximately 1.4 pounds, so it pairs well with the Z7 II that was used for testing here. There is no feeling of being heavyweight when mounted on the lens, and it should work similarly well with the Z5 and Z6 since they are built on similar bodies. Sitting among Nikon's top-tier S-line series is the 24 to 120mm. This lens is capable of holding out dust and tiny water droplets, just like the ZTLR cameras from Nikon. Additionally, coating the front glass with a non-smearing fluorine finish makes it great to use in precarious conditions. On top of that, water beads off, and marks are cleaned off immediately with this application. An optional 77mm filter thread can be used if you require extra protection. Nikon offers various standard zoom lenses, such as the 24 to 70mm f4s, the inexpensive Nikkor Z24 to 50mm, and the 28 to 75mm f2.8. Meanwhile, those needing maximum zoom can opt for the pricey Z24 to 70mm f2.8s or a more affordable all-in-one solution with the 24 to 200mm f4 6.3. The 24 to 120mm has an external zoom design, and its barrel extends outward when it zooms. The rubberized zoom ring is easy to turn and provides enough resistance to ensure the lens won't accidentally move in or out. Besides the manual focus control at the front of the outer barrel, you can configure both linear and non-linear responses in the camera menu. Generally, photographers prefer non-linear focus because its slower response helps with precision, while cinematographers generally use the linear response to ensure uniform focus from shot to shot. Nikon has also added a control ring function to its Z lenses. It can be used to regulate aperture, EV, and ISO or disabled via the camera menu. I've sometimes had difficulty controlling them over the years. The sensitivity seemed a little too strong overall. The 24 to 120mm ring is firmer compared to others, which makes it easier to make more precise adjustments. Incidentally, hitting them can still cause issues. While analyzing it, I made an unintentional change in the f-stop a couple of times. The LFN function button adds another customizable button to your camera which can be used for various tasks like AF on, metering settings, and subject tracking from the camera menu. Two STM engines fuel the autofocus feature. These motors quickly and nearly silently get your subject into focus, no complaints there. The AM toggle switch enables you to quickly jump between manual and autofocus without needing to access a menu. The focus breathing effect, which is an unwanted wide-angle shift when changing focus, is almost non-existent, making it well suitable for movies and vlogs. The lens also proves effective for macro shots, allowing its zoom range to focus on subjects that are 13.8 inches away from the camera's image sensor plane. At a 120mm focal length, it offers the highest macro magnification at 1 to 2.6. Nikon lenses don't come with optical stabilization, but all Z cameras have built-in stabilized sensors. The lens performed well with Nikon's high-resolution sensor, producing excellent results at 24mm and nearly as good performance at higher levels of zoom. At 24mm, the edge clarity isn't perfect at f4, yet you can get sharp edge-to-edge results for landscapes at f5.6. At longer focal lengths, f5.5 renders sharpness from center to edge. Wide-open apertures reduce clarity due to light scattering, but it can be worthwhile to use f16 and f22 as they produce beautiful sunstar effects. The flare of the lens is kept well in check. Even when taking backlight shots with the zoom, there were no signs of spectral flares, reflections, or ghosting. The Z24 to 120mm also does amazingly at suppressing false color. The transition from focus to out of focus displayed no false purples and greens, and tree branches and power lines avoided any purple fringing.